this lesson we are using, in fact, we must be using REVIT 2016 R2. I know that sounds a bit geeky, but R2 is the latest upgrade to 2016, and it has this global parameters feature. Anything from there forward will be able to use this. So think of global parameters. Really, I think it's a misnomer. I would call them local parameters, but they are parameters from within a project. So I'm just in a regular project floor plan. I could be in a 2D or 3D view or any view, sketch, doesn't matter. So what happens is we can basically control dimensions with a parameter now. Now, for some people, they might say, well, wasn't that always there? And the fact is it wasn't up until now. So what you can do, and this again is just an example, if it's not practical to you, then by all means, you can apply it in a different way. So I can place the dimensions first or after, just like parameters in a family. So I'm just going to go, okay, I'm going to add in a few dimensions into this little electrical room. I'm going to try to control the size of the electrical room with some variables, some parameters. Okay, and I just click on there. So now what I'm going to do is, maybe zoom out a bit, I'm going to go up to under my Manage tab. I'm going to go over here to my global parameters, and I'm going to make a new parameter. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to have electrical width and length, but instead of width and length, I'm just going to call it long and short. So long is the name of the parameter. It's going to be a length. It's going to be a dimension parameter as far as units and type goes. Okay, it's not going to be a reporting parameter this time around. We're going to have more clips on that. So we hit OK. So I've made a new parameter, it puts in a 0. Nothing fantastic there. And here we go. Select short, and same thing, hit OK. I'm just going to leave these zeros. In fact, I'm going to use a formula over here. So no big deal, made a couple parameters. Now I'm going to turn these into the parameters. I can either go up to here and pick it off of here, and I can also make a new one, just like regular families, or I can go over here and down here and say, okay, you are electrical short, which is the shorter dimension. That's it. Now you'll see a little pencil, and if you pick on there, you go back inside. So now I can pick on this guy and say, okay, you are the long dimension. Okay, just assigns it, I get a little pencil. But now what's interesting is a couple things start to happen. It's like having formulas. So we go into here, and I can say, okay, my short is 2,900. You don't want to change these numbers drastically because you'll start to get all kinds of clashing. But I can change that to be 2,900. It'll move it. If it moves the wrong wall, then I can go back and adjust that over there. But the main thing is that's now being controlled by that number, 3150. Hit apply. It's going to adjust it. Okay. Then from there, I can take the 6,000 and I can use a parameter that says that, that's double of this. So I'm going to actually use my Control C to copy that to the clipboard, because the spelling and caps have to be exactly the same. Control V. So this one is elect short times 2. No big deal, twice the width. So I hit apply. Now this guy is going to adjust to be twice of that. Now, if I try to change this guy, it's going to cause a problem. But if I take this guy and make it, back to 3,000 or somewhere around there, and hit apply, what it's going to do, it's going to adjust my short dimension. It's going to adjust my long dimension. Go into here and make it 2925. Hit apply. It's going to adjust that. It's going to adjust that. And you're off and running. Okay, now I can repopulate other rooms with those same parameters. I can go over here and say, oh, here's another electrical room over here. Let's try it out. I'm going to add a dimension in from here to here. Place it, add a dimension on the inside of my electrical room here. Place it. Escape, escape. Pick on this guy and say, you are the electrical short. It's going to adjust. And you are, oh, sorry, not the wall. Pick the dimension. That's habits of dimensioning, and electrical long, and it'll adjust. Okay, you might think a little bit, and you have to be careful because it's going to start to move the walls and it might interfere with a window or something, but use it sparingly, but use it to your advantage. So now we have two rooms being controlled by those same parameters. So technically I could go in here now and completely and say, oh, you know what, this is where it's fun because I'm only nudging it little numbers, but I'm going to go in here and say, oh, it's 29, 75. So I'm basically changing the short length by 2 inches in 2 rooms, and it's going to adjust the length to be twice that number. Just as an example, we're going to see this update, we're going to see this update. So if you've created families in the past, look at that number, 5950. If you've created families in the past, this will be just a natural migration to you. Again, you can use it in sketch form, all different ways. So global parameters, we love them. Enjoy.